Today we are going to try a pretty famous Hong Kong style dim sum restaurant called Tim Ho Wan in Shinjuku, Tokyo. There are two Tim Ho Wan restaurants in Tokyo, one in Urakucho, which opened for around 2 to 3 years, extremely popular. There's always a lineup outside of the restaurant, and this one in Shinjuku, Southern Terrace, opened for about a year. Since we didn't want to line up outside, this restaurant allows us to make a reservation, so that's exactly what we did. Otherwise, you probably have to wait for about at least 40 minutes despite the pandemic. We made a reservation for 6 p.m. To our surprise, we had a private room. We were ecstatic because we had some privacy, because this restaurant, just like any other dim sum restaurants in Hong Kong, despite the fact that it's in Japan, is still extremely noisy. This restaurant in Hong Kong actually received Michelin stars. This is considered as the world-renowned cheapest Michelin star restaurant. This restaurant was started by two Hong Kong chefs who worked in Hong Kong's Four Seasons Hotel's Chinese restaurant. They decided to open a humbler version of the Chinese restaurant, and Tim Ho Wan was born. A year later, it received a Michelin star. We were excited to be offered 3 choices of tea. Usually you don't even get that in the Tim Ho Wan restaurants in Hong Kong. So the tea charge is in the 10% service charge. So we ordered a lot of dim sum because we were craving for it for quite a long time. I would say the dim sum is pretty authentic. It does have the taste of Hong Kong, more authentic than legendary Hong Kong restaurant. Click here for that video, but watch that later. The taste is certainly there. However, some of the items weren't hot enough temperature-wise, such as some of the fried items. We didn't know if it was because our room was a little bit far away, so by the time we got there, it got a bit lukewarm. But the steamed items were quite hot, up to par. We like the taste of the steamed rice, but the texture of the rice was a little bit on the soggy side, so maybe less water in the cooking process would have a better result. We love rice rolls. One of the major problems that most dim sum restaurants have is the rice roll skin is not thin enough. This one's skin is thin enough, but the texture wasn't elastic enough. A good skin usually has very bouncy texture. The fried milk was also a little bit on the oily side. Overall, the taste is there. It is authentic. I would say delivered around 70 to 80% of its Hong Kong counterpart. We ate around 5,000 to 6,000 yen worth of dim sum, but when the bill came, we were quite surprised that it was 11,000 yen, which was around 110 US dollars per 2 people, 55 US dollars per person. That's when we realized that they actually charged us an extra 4,000 yen for the private room. When we asked about it, they said all reservations are for private rooms only. I guess we didn't read the small print. Different rooms also have different price. This one is 4,000 yen. For 4 people, they have one for 6,000 yen, another one for 8,000 yen. But the rules may change as I'm speaking. No wonder why the service was amazing, which we didn't expect from a Tim Ho Wan restaurant. They kept changing our dirty dishes, which is rare in a dim sum restaurant. We weren't angry or anything, but we were a bit surprised. And then afterwards, the waitress gave us a 4,000 yen coupon. We don't know if all private rooms get the coupons or we just acted a little bit too surprised. Anyway, if you do need an emergency dim sum fix, this is one of the top choices.